Today, um, I guess I'm gonna talk about depression. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't get depressed a lot. I'm not one of those dudes that just like I walk around manic depressed and all that other stuff. I'm usually always upbeat. I don't have nothing to hide, or I don't have no suicidal thoughts. I don't even know if I can say that, but because I know a lot of people don't have that. I'm like I'm usually the upbeat guy or the morale guy. If anything, like I understand, like life is hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm not in no state of delusion. My always thing is like, okay, life sucks. I get it. For most people, life does sucks, and sometimes like while we're here, let's make the best of it. That's always been my attitude, and that's always been how I carry myself. And try not to take stuff so seriously. If things sometimes things that some things will happen that you can't control, and you just gotta roll with the punches. Like I understand that. I've understood that as a youngin, and if it's your fault, take accountability. If it, but sometimes some things just happen out of your hand. Um, as far as depression goes, I don't. As far as like I got a good. I've grew up in a great family. I've always said that I grew up in a great family. Have a as from up to 20 years old, I had a two-parent household up to the age of 20 until my parents got divorced when I was 20. Or I think they finalized the divorce when I was 21. But either way, I always say up to 20 before I joined the Navy. I grew up in a two-parent household. So I know what a two-parent household looked like. And even in that 20 years, I knew what a functioning marriage looked like. And even then, I have grandparents that's still married to this day, so I know what a loving marriage look like. So I have examples. um I have someone to talk to. I've had someone to talk to, older and younger. If I need someone to just talk to, I do have someone to talk to, and we chop it up all the fucking time. But some things I do figure out on my own, and it's not because I don't want to put no one's problems on me, but there are some times where I'm like, if I can feel like I can figure this out on my own, I will do it. So, and sometimes I will give myself the pep talk. It's just like, what we doing? And I don't know if that works or not, but it works for me. Sometimes it's just like, hey, you just got to kick yourself in the ass. And sometimes I look at myself in the mirror, it's just like, hey, man, ain't nobody going to get this shit done with you. You need to get yourself up, get yourself ready, and then, uh, take on the day. And then, once you come home, you, you know, survived another day. Pat yourself on the back. Things like that, right? So today, I'm not gonna lie. Today, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This week, really, like is depression to me. It's the same way like sickness to me. I don't get sick a lot, but when I do, it hits me hard. Like sickness, it hits me fucking hard to where it's just like I can't move, I can't get up out the bed, and I'm super sick, and like I have to take off. Like when sickness hits me, it hits me hard. It's the same with depression. The first time I realized that was in the Navy, and I didn't want to go to work. I wanted to stay in the bed. Now, and this is funny because this is like when I had my PPV, and I didn't want to go to work today. It was just like I was willing to go UA, and I was like, fucking. I was sitting there. It was just like I didn't move. I did move. If it wasn't for the fact that I was carpooling with my man Miles, shout out to Miles, and my man McDonald, and they was continuously knocking on my door, like continuously. And I think they thought, if they're listening to this, I'm pretty sure they thought I was just like fully asleep and just not waking up. So they was just knocking the hell out of my door. I was up, but I just like did not want to move. And then I had to have this talk to myself. It's just like You know, if this was just you, then you would have just you just take the L. But you're not going to make those two late for work just because of your incompetence. I know you don't feel like, and this is just me talking to myself. And it's just like, I know you don't feel like it, but your ass is going to have to get up. It's one thing to make yourself late, but don't make these other two people late. So, so I got up, put my shit on, and we got to work on time. No one was late. We got to work on time. But that day, it was just like a wave of depression hit me to a point where it's just like I did not want to go to work. I didn't want to do nothing. And then I had to I had to literally talk myself out because I swear to God, they was banging for like 5 minutes straight. 5 minutes straight. And like if y'all listen to this, I apologize for that. But also thank y'all for keep doing that because it just knocked me out that funk. It's just like, bro, you better take on the day. Um that's the first, and like I'm pretty sure there was other times, but that's the one I noticed. Like, yo, that depression shit, that shit hits me. That shit hits hard. And I don't know how other people like deal with depression, or how depression just hits, but sometimes that shit just come out. It's like an RKO sometimes. Or at least for me, it's like an RKO. It comes out of nowhere. Like I'll be having a good fucking time, and then next thing you know, I don't want to do shit. And then it's just like fuck. It's like fuck everything. I don't want to do shit. I'm gonna go in my room and just seclude myself. And it's like I said, I don't know if this is, and I'm not like clinically putting myself, but you could tell like, yo, I'm just depressed. But it's just like, what are you depressed for? And sometimes I don't even know. Like even then, like I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, another time, and like this was me, and like this was me. I've been like going to my PRT, and I've been running, I've been jogging, like I'm in shape to pass this PRT. It was like I'm in great shape. I did my push-ups, I did my sit-ups, I passed those flying colors. Okay, all you need to do is to run. I remember this. I put on a song called Oldie by Tyler Creator, and it's a 12, I think it's like a 10 to 12 minute song. Anybody understand, like, what listen to Odd Future? I know about that song Oldie. It's a 10 to 12 minute long ass cut with all the Odd Future rapping. And I was like, if all I had to do was like get to how can I say this? If I finished my run before that song, it was just like I'll pass. Now, like I was a little bit older, so time was lenient. But to me, it was just like, if I could finish the run before that pass, I basically pass. So basically, I start off well, and then next thing you know, I'm walking, and then next thing you know, I'm walking slow. I just didn't care. Mind you, this is like if I fit like this is like it's one of those times where it's just like if I feel this, I'm getting out the Navy, but I just started walking. I just did. Like by the time the song ended, I wasn't even halfway done. And the sad part is I've done this run before. Like we done a practice run, and I did it, passed it with flying colors. Like I passed it with flying colors. But today, boom, that depression just hit me. Next thing you know, I started jogging. Then I could feel myself jogging slow. Then next thing you know, I'm walking. Yeah, like they asked me if I was all right. I don't know. That was my answer to them. I don't know. You're like, are you okay? I don't know. You got to at least finish. I know. I just don't know. Now I had another chance to take the PRT and all that other stuff, but I'll get to that story. But the reason why I even got into that predicament was because of that. Now I'm not blaming depression. because I don't know if you can blame depression or not, but because I take full accountability of that. It's not that I wasn't ready. I just was. I just stopped myself, and I just said I just didn't want to do it. And that one, obviously I'm out the Navy now because of it, and I take full accountability of that today. And this is what it was like today for me. I get up, I go take a shower, and after I finish my shower, I'm still in the tub. I'm still in the tub, and like I just didn't move. I just didn't want to move, and like I don't know what the fuck was going on to me, and like I guess it's like what the fuck was I depressed about? Because not like I fucking up at work. I was doing well, and people who see me, they always tell me I'm doing a phenomenal job at work, and but I'm just like I'm just there, just sitting there, and I'm not moving. Now, I honestly thought, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't have to go into work until like 12:30 in the afternoon. I thought I was there at 11. Now, be mindful. I hopped in the shower at like 8 in the morning. I thought I was there, and I missed. This is like, and I thought I was gonna be late. I was like, looks like I'm gonna be late today. I look at the time. It was like 9:30. It was like I was in there for like realistically, I was in there for like an hour, but it felt like 2 or 3. And I didn't understand. But that's what it felt like. Okay, so I'm like, all right, I'm not late. Maybe it's just and then I get dressed. I had to prep, but I also had to pep talk myself. It was like, bro, I was like, because like how tough it was for you to even get this job, and this is the job you wanted. You know how tough it was to get this job. Like the last thing you need to do is fuck this up. And I had to I had to kick myself in the ass again. I said, get dressed, put on your uniform, and you're gonna go to work, and you're gonna do your fucking job. And that's what I did. I gained the work on time. I did my job, and I left. It didn't like no complaints. I did everything right. And the one of the people that usually sign my papers when I do my work, he said, "Hey man, you're doing a kick ass job. Thank you." Right? Someone called me cute. Some white girl called me cute. It was not yesterday or today, but they called me cute, and it was just like today. I did everything right today. This is like I did have to give me a 5 hour energy drink because I felt a little tired, but other than that, I was just like it was just a regular day. But that depression hit me, and I don't know, like it just hit it me hard to a point where it's just like, and I'm just like, is this it? Is this to me? It was just like, is this it? Is this reality? Is this really what the next 30 years of my life gonna do? Is this what Is this what my life is gonna be? Because don't get me wrong, I like what I do, and I have the opportunity. It's not a dead end job. I have an opportunity to grow where I'm at. But it was just like that day is just, or today, this morning, it just like fucking hit me like that. And I don't ever really, like I said, I don't ever really feel like that. I'm usually the morale guy. I'm usually the guy that everybody looks at me, and you know I brighten on their day, and they tell me, and people tell me this all the time. Um, one girl, I call it squishy, and this was in the Navy, and this was another time where I just like was not feeling myself at all. I was just not feeling myself. My chief seen it, and and he would ask me every day, "Was I okay?" Until like I snapped out of it. Couple people they seen my attitude is like, "You good?" You're like, "Not yourself." I'm like, "All right, go about my business." But everybody seeing it on my face, like, and I can't hide it. Nor also I'm a bad liar, so like, but I just didn't want to put. One girl said, "Yeah, I don't like it when you like this." It said when you said like this, it made me sad. That's what Squishy. That's what Squishy told me. And then like I sooner like eventually I got up out that at it. I got up out that. So and I went back to being myself, the morale guy. Now again, I do have people to talk to. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those people that's just like, I'm always the strong person for me, but who's the strong person for me? I have people, I have outlets. I have people, like I said, I have outlets. I have people to talk to. I have things to do. I have hobbies. Like, cause so if I ever feel like something, I kind of like, I have more than one options to kick myself out of there. So, and I made sure I, prepare for that. Cause like I said, this shit is going to happen. I think this happens most normally normal to everybody. And if this happens, it's just like, what do y'all do to like kick yourself out this? Because I'm not gonna lie, that shit fucking sucks when it hits you. Like that shit, like it's like fucking Ray Lewis hitting you in the chest. It's like, I don't know if y'all seen this video of Chad Johnson, and he was trying to blindside Ray Lewis, and Ray Lewis trucked the shit out of him. And Chad Johnson was like, "Man, I shot a blind and he fucking hurt me." And like he was just wobbling and all that other shit. Uh, that's how it hit me sometimes. But it's just that's was basically my day today. Now, I guess I would just leave it this. What do y'all do when depression hits you? And how do y'all get yourself out of there? I feel like I told y'all like me, and this is about as vulnerable on this channel, other than me talking about my ex. This is probably like the most one of the more vulnerable because I was like, when I got home, it was just like I want to talk about this. This is the first thing that popped in my head is I'm talking about this when I get home. Like, but if for y'all that go through depression, what do y'all do, to get yourself out of depression? Now, I know that you're thinking, am I suicide? If you want to, I don't get paid on this show. If you're thinking I'm suicidal, I'm not suicidal. If anything, I make a joke about that. I'm too lazy to be suicidal. It's just like, and I procrastinate too much. I'll be like, man, yeah, I'll go kill myself. Yeah, I'll go kill myself later. And that's the running joke for me. I probably like procrastinate so hard on trying to kill myself that it's just, I'll do it later. I'm tired. That's it. Like I can, because I can procrastinate like a motherfucker. But yeah. What do y'all do? What do y'all do when y'all feel like this? I want to know. And look, I will leave it at this. Like, cause I know there's a lot of people. Y'all feel like sometimes it's not life is not going anywhere from y'all, or like you feel like you're stuck in a rut. I know everybody feels like that. Just and like I feel like this. I feel this way, and I'm not no motivational speaker. I'm not no uh, uh, life change lifestyle coach or something like that. I'm not no life guru. Or this is just shit I go through. Every, every time you're breathing, you're winning. Every time you live another 24 hours, you win. You're winning. You may not be where you are, but you'll probably get when you get there. You probably know when you get there. But every day you get to live out your dreams. You get to do what you get to do what you feel like you're doing. You get to accomplish goals. You're winning. Every time you take a breath, that's a victory. Because there's people that there's people that didn't even make it. There's people that they don't have their glory days and they just bask out in the sun. You're still in your glory days. You're still like to me, you're winning. So I want everybody to understand this that hey man, life sometimes it can be fun. Life sometimes it can be hard. But while we're here, let's try to make the best of it. And that's the morale I've been going through, and it works so far. It's working for me. At least I feel like it's working for me. And how I know that because the way everybody else responds around me. So I know that hey man, sometimes it does suck, but while we're here, let's make the best of it. And that's how I'm gonna leave it today. Let me know how y'all deal with all this stuff. Let me know how y'all feel about this stuff, especially depression. How do y'all deal with depression? How do y'all get yourself out of depression? What are the things you do to help you cope with depression? Who do you talk to? All that other stuff. I would love to have some conversations about that. How do y'all feel about that? Till then, my name is Oscar Fly, and I'm out.